Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. You never know when it's going to hit. XRP rallied yesterday, guys, and it went as high as about 20 cents, 19.9. Right now trading at about 19.5, 0.195 cents in this zone here. I did the video yesterday morning, and then sure enough, while I was posting the video, XRP spiked. So this tends to happen sometimes. You know, we can never really expect when we're going to see a push up, but so right now I have XRP on the hourly and we are trading in that 19.5 range, but we are still off from this level of support that we saw before the drop off. Okay, we really do need to be trading kind of between this 22.2, we'll call it 22.2, and up here 24.7, so 0.222 and 0.247. Okay, that is the next trading zone to burst up above, and then if we can pierce this 34.7.347 cents, then we can get into inter-year high territory, which is kind of where we want to be. I'll put it out here on the daily so you guys can see a little better. So right now we're down around here, okay, on the daily. We need to get up past this level here, and then if we can break 34.7.347, guys, we're off to the races. Yet again, here's BTC, and you guys can see BTC rallied as well. So Bitcoin trading at 75.26 right now, and the halving is coming up. So I'm thinking this is looking good, at least for now. We will still see some corrections on the way up, although it's looking promising at the moment. You know, Bitcoin will go up, then altcoins will follow, or it looks as if, at least at this point now, that altcoins are, or at least XRP is, trading in tandem with Bitcoin, which is kind of nice. We don't have to wait for that lag. I mean, there's benefits to have the leading indicator, but it'll at least hush all those people in the space who are like, well, Bitcoin's going up, why isn't XRP going up? You know, sometimes we get those types. Anyway, moving along, guys, I wanted to mention boomers are effed. That's right. A new macro report forecasts a $1 million Bitcoin by 2025. So here's a review by Raoul Pal. Bitcoin can rally to $1 million, but beer flu means that the baby boomer generation is effed, says a damning new macro report. So originally published to clients on March 30th, the report from global macro investor dubbed The Unfolding paints a dismal future for the financial market. And this is what he's suggesting. Boomers will sell every rally they can. So guys, here is the theory. Baby boomers, a generation that's, on the back half, we'll say, looking to retire, getting older. And the baby boomers, let's put into context for a second, they've lived through the best economic period in recent history. So they are used to gains. Now, that's not to say that they haven't seen downturns as well. Of course, there were several stock market crashes over the last 40 years or so. But we have to look at this in perspective. So according to CEO Raoul Pal, who authored the report, he says beer flu has fueled the fire of systemic weakness across global markets. The damage this does to the U.S. pension system is incomprehensible. The baby boomers will sell every rally they can to protect their last rapidly diminishing nest egg, he summarized on the market losses for March. The baby boomers are totally effed, he says. I have been publicly warning about this. So his theory, they are going to sell every conceivable rally they see, and since they have a lot of wealth, this is going to essentially mess up the market, something that we haven't at least seen in our lifetime. Since the point of this report's publication, a curious phenomenon of stocks recovery combined with record unemployment has grown more and more visible. And yet Powell is saying BTC is heading to be a $10 trillion asset class. So here's the good news. For Powell, Bitcoin represents a striking exit opportunity from the rapidly deteriorating status quo. Whereas gold could go up 5 times in the next 5 years, BTC has much more potential. Bitcoin, well, that's a different story, he responds. I think it can go to $1 million in the same period. I think it can go from a $200 billion asset class to a $10 trillion asset class. Powell concluded that Bitcoin isn't just a currency or even a store of value. It is the entire trusted, verified, secure financial and accounted system of value that can never be created outside of the cryptographic algorithm. It is nothing short of the future of our entire medium of exchange system and of money itself and the platform on which it operates. So, some positive news for Bitcoin. And of course, we know many baby boomers aren't interested in cryptocurrency, so this is a good thing for us. Because if they are going to sell as soon as they see a rally to recoup their losses because they are close to retirement and they are not invested in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies like XRP, this is good for us because theoretically we could see wealth dump into these alternative asset classes and then we can reap the rewards of that. So really interesting article there. Guys, I post everything in the description if you want to read further. Guys, this is from XRP Crypto Wolf at XRP Crypto Wolf on Twitter. So you guys heard the story yesterday. 8.5 million XRP was cashed out in 2019 to 2020 through XRP scams. So Brad Garlinghouse calling out YouTube for not putting a stop to XRP scams, those scams that we continuously see. And now some numbers are out, and apparently 8.5 million XRP were cashed out. So according to data provided by XRP data aggregator Explorer.com, 6 million XRP was withdrawn from exchanges and sent out for the purpose of scam giveaways. This is an interesting observation since the figure was close to 3 million XRP in 2020, and so it gives you guys a chart with all of the exchanges where a lot of this XRP was withdrawn from. Among the popular exchanges with Coinbase, and that was obviously used the most, followed by Binance, Bitstamp, and Coincheck. Approximately 8.5 million XRP was cashed out by these scams through exchanges and swap services. Guys, do not be scammed if anybody approaches you saying they are going to give you the most valuable cryptocurrency known to man. Now, that's just my opinion. Putting in that disclaimer, don't believe them. Keep your cryptocurrency safe. Do not give it to anybody in hopes that you will get more. Guys, whenever I buy more XRP, I throw it on my Ledger Nano. I have an S, I have an X. You guys can use my affiliate link in the description if you want. If you guys want to purchase a Ledger, you don't have to use the affiliate link if you don't want to. But again, guys, I implore you, get a Ledger, keep your crypto safe, because these fools will try to scam you out of it. And when your crypto is on the exchanges, is another point here that I don't really talk about too often. Psychologically, you think, oh, well, it's already there. Maybe I should send it. I'll take a chance, right? I'm going to get XRP back. Psychologically, if your cryptocurrency is locked away on a Ledger, it's another step for you to send your cryptocurrency to the exchange. So maybe you'll think twice about it. Don't send your XRP to these fools. I'm glad somebody's looking to crack down on this. Anyway, this article talks about scams and how they're common on Twitter and have now spread to other platforms like YouTube. So essentially just summing this up, Brad Garlinghouse obviously calling YouTube out. And YouTube basically responded to this. YouTube responds to Ripple lawsuit claiming media giant ignores crypto criminals. So I'm not going to get into this article too deeply, but Brad Garlinghouse was interviewed by Emily Chang from Bloomberg Technology, and this is when he stated that we're seeing scammers taking advantage of these platforms. Frankly, this has been going on as it relates to cryptocurrencies, as relates to Ripple and specifically XRP. It's been going on for well over a year. And in response, this is what YouTube says: we take abuse of our platform seriously and take action quickly when we detect violations of our own policies like scams and impersonations. It sounds like a form response to me. You would think that Brad Garlinghouse would get something a little more personal, but apparently not. So YouTube responding with what I would call a non-response, really. Will they pull up their socks and do the right thing? Well, I guess time will tell. And this lawsuit, I wonder how that's going to transpire. At least Ripple is doing the right thing and, protecting XRP investors from being scammed. I think that is great. And I also think that the numbers speak volumes, because when you go back to this and you see that 8.5 million XRP were cashed out in just 2019 and 2020 alone, and we're only in the first quarter of 2020, or rather, these numbers are probably from only quarter one of 2020. That's a lot, okay? That's a lot of people getting scammed and relinquishing their XRP in hopes of gaining more. Anyway, we'll keep moving along here, and Marcus Treacher says something to look forward to. There's going to be a new podcast series featuring Ripple CTO, star cryptographer, and thought leader Joel Katz. So that's right, he retweeted Ripple's tweet here. Big news on May 5th. We're launching Blockstars, a new podcast series about blockchain and crypto featuring our host, CTO Joel Katz. Listen to the sneak peek today, guys, and he posts a link here with the Blockstars podcast and David Schwartz. Guys, I will link this in the description for those of you guys who want to listen to that. I think that'll be kind of fun to get a bit of an inside scoop with David Schwartz on a podcast, which is kind of a more informal platform, I suppose, to get information rather than formal interviews, or when they're being, Brad's being interviewed on CNN or whatnot. So thought that was kind of cool from the Ripple camp. Guys, this is from MACKATTACKXRP on Twitter. Ripple joins Mobility Open Blockchain Initiative MOBI. Community details are unclear still, but Ripple has become the latest firm to join the Mobility Blockchain Initiative, which already boasts of many big tech and automobile firms like IBM, Accenture, Ford, BMW, Renault, General Motors, and Bosch. The news came into the public domain after the official website listed a small snippet about the blockchain firm, although there is no official announcement yet, so this is still hearsay, guys. Not official, but they seem to think that Ripple is now on board. Mobility Blockchain Initiative was launched in May 2018, and the main focus of the initiative is to develop real-world use cases for blockchain technology. And then it goes into what their mandate is and what they hope to achieve and what Ripple could bring to the table. So Ripple has made a mark in the cross-border remittance service with its XRP ledger technology and known to offer necessary liquidity to banks and other financial institutions. The Mobility Blockchain Association could use its remittance service for on-chain rewards and transactions. While there is no official announcement on the same, but looking at the role of tech firms and blockchain firms within the initiative, Ripple could chip in with its on-chain transaction system. I think that this could be more of a platform for Ripple to expand into those alternate verticals that they keep talking about, because blockchain is blockchain. It can be utilized in so many different ways, and we know Ripple has been laser focused specifically on cross-border payments. That's what you and I have known, but we've also heard Brad Garlinghouse mention the fact that Ripple wants to be the Amazon of crypto one day and not just do one thing really, really well. They want to start with doing one thing really, really well and then expand. So, getting into, big tech with automobile firms like Ford and BMW, Renault, and then other companies like General Motors and Bosch. So this is really going to expand their views on blockchain and utilization, and I'm sure they're going to have intelligent people there at the helm thinking of out-of-the-box ideas, as they do already with the Spring Initiative, funding other companies, emerging startups in the blockchain space to build on the XRPL. So this is what it's all about, guys. Focus on doing one thing really well and then expand to improve the company and accelerate XRP usage worldwide. So thanks so much, XRP Mac Attack, for posting that. Guys, we got this from Wrath Economy. So Ripple partner Nium is launching cash payout options in the Philippines. So we heard about Nium recently, and here's an update to that. So InstaReM, the customer of SME arm of global fintech platform Nium, announced today the launch of cash payout options for recipients in the Philippines. The service allows InstaReM users to avail cash to approved outlets. Though the country is starting to adopt cashless payments, a majority of the transactions are still in cash. With the introduction of the cash payout service, consumers have the option of withdrawing remittances in a manner that is convenient to them and also benefit from cheaper, faster, and more efficient digital remittance services. So it is still very cash-based, and this is why XRP is great, because it's interoperable. RippleNet, interoperable with different fiats, different cryptos. So this is great for the Philippines. Creating a new efficient payment corridor for the Philippines has always been one of InstaREM's key goals. We have listened to our needs of our Filipino customers and added a cash payout option to our existing service to banks in the Philippines. It is all a part of our ongoing commitment to make it more convenient for customers to transfer and receive money where they are in the world. So that's the other thing. Of course, the Philippines are very, very big for remittances. Because their citizens do work abroad, they tend to work in other countries and send money back home, because the industry in the Philippines just isn't as thriving as other industries around the world. So they send workers out, money gets pumped back in. So remittances, very, very important for the Philippines. Guys, I saw this too from the Cryptic Poet at One Cryptic Poet on Twitter. Ripple partner Cross River Bank and V Capital set to disrupt banking in Asia. So this from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, following the 2018 round of financing led by KKR with participation of Battery Ventures, Anderson Horowitz, Ribbit Capital, and Credit Ease. Shefa Capital has decided to partner with V Capital Investment Limited to lead a Series C pre-IPO of $100 million. So it's a $100 million investment in Cross River Bank. So through this round of investment, the CRB, V Capital has also become CRB's strategic partner in the Southeast Asian region. With the fintech offerings made available through this partnership, V Capital is also working towards the application for the digital bank license in Malaysia, which will allow V Capital to offer its fintech offerings to a larger section of the public. And they note here that there is a paradigm shift in the financial industry. With the digitization of the market economy, there's an increase in the number of commerce and service businesses embracing web and mobile interaction with their customers. Due to the diverse need for each business, it is no longer practical to rely on human execution of banking transactions. And so, guys, this is where blockchain is going to come in. Major banking and financial institutions are turning to automated services to provide faster, easier banking experiences to their customers. In the current market, fintech companies account for roughly 40% of the loan origination and payment markets, which is worth several trillions of dollars. So Cross River Bank, a Ripple partner, thriving in fintech and set to disrupt banking in Asia. Thanks so much, The Cryptic Poet, for posting that. Continuing to move along here, guys, Viets Vind and the Sum community, he's calling out some users. So, hey, Sum community, I'm looking for a few beta testers which are interested in issuing their own IOU on the XRP ledger. You should A, be familiar with the Sum app and the XRPL testnet, and B, have at least 2 accounts in Sum favorable testnet active. Please DM me if you're interested. So, just wanted to post that out there for you guys interested in participating in this project with Viets Vind and the Sum community. They are still developing the app and they need beta testers. And guys, do you remember that tweet that I posted? I forget who posted it now, but it was a brilliant quote with regards to HODLing your XRP. For those of you guys getting tired of HODLing, getting a little impatient, you just have to remember the portfolios that do the best are the people who've either A, lost their keys, or B, died. Because to HODL means incredible patience, and so if you can just withstand the HODLing, you will be successful. And I wanted to do a bit of an exercise here. So this from Robert Art at Rob Art on Twitter. All historic data indicates patient investors make a mint in crypto. And of course, he puts in the caveat, past performance is not indicative of the future performance. But guys, if you look at the numbers, it really does stand out. And so I'm going to do a little bit of a exercise here to show you guys the power of the HODL. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Bitcoin as a sample because we know Bitcoin has history. There's history on the charts. It's been around for over 10 years now. And so what I'm going to do is I found this website here. It's called random.org, and you can select random dates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 6 random dates between March 2010, March 1st, 2010, and March 1st, 2020. So a 10-year span. And I'm going to show you guys the power of HODLing. Now, we know that we can never assume what charts will do and how the chart patterns will react, and we can only look back and say, oh yeah, I would have sold up here at all-time high when Bitcoin was trading at almost 20,000 per BTC, and then I would have bought way down here when Bitcoin was trading at all-time lows at 3,200. Well, realistically, that never happens. None of us have done that. If you have done that, it was completely by accident. I can guarantee you that 100%. Some of us have better technical analysis skills than others, and so we can kind of predict what the future will hold, but that is still not 100% foolproof. What is 100% foolproof, at least up until now, Rob Art is saying past performance is, of course, not indicative of future performance, but we can assume that HODLing will do us well because all markets continue to go up, and that is essentially the thesis here. Okay, now let's get into this. We've got the random date generator here, and I have selected 6 random dates, and they're just at random. They don't know what is going on in the Bitcoin market. This has nothing to do with crypto at all, but we can see with limited trading experience, even if you had the foresight to get into Bitcoin in the year 2010, we can at least see how your portfolio would have performed if you decided to trade versus if you decided to HODL. So let's bring this up here, buying and selling versus HODLing crypto, and I'm going to give an amount of $1,000. Now, we got the dates here, March 11th, 2010, February 18th, 2014, December 2nd, 2015, October 12th, 2016, February 18th, 2018, and October 30th, 2019. Now, it's funny because these dates actually line up considerably well with the Bitcoin bull run, and I didn't plan this way. It just so happened to be this way, so we're kind of at an advantage already. And I'm going to take, what I'm going to do is buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So let's say we bought Bitcoin on March 11th, 2010, and we sold on February 18th, 2014. Well, we know Bitcoin was trading, we don't really have much data in 2010, but it was trading at 0.003 cents. On February 18th, Bitcoin was trading at 629.71. So we would have accumulated 333,333.33 Bitcoin. And if we sold that, we would have made a profit of, okay, brace yourself, guys, this is a lot of money, $209,903,331.21. Now, That's a lot of money, okay? These are people who foresaw the possibilities of cryptocurrency back in 2010, bought Bitcoin, and cashed out for a cool $209 million. Almost $210 million. Now, for some of you guys, you think, you know what, that's good enough. I can just live my life now. But let me just continue with this. So that is essentially a profit. So you put in $1,000. That is essentially a profit of $209,902,331.23 because we subtract the $1,000 that we put in. So essentially, it hasn't really made much of a difference, but gives you guys a sense of where you could have been if you just bought and sold Bitcoin there, almost $210 million USD. Let's keep going though here. So you bought more Bitcoin on December 2nd, 2015. You put in $1,000 and it was trading at $363.80. So all you could get was 2.74876 Bitcoin, okay, and you sold it at $644.03, the price of Bitcoin on October 12, 2016. And again, guys, I want to mention that these dates are quite favorable to the Bitcoin trends, and there was no reason why that is. That was just purely by coincidence. It is a random date generator. Okay, so you would have come out selling with $1,770.34, a profit of $770.34. Obviously not that great, but of course Bitcoin, the Bitcoin price was much higher then, so putting in $1,000 would only net you about $770 at that point. Now let's go to February 18th. Bitcoin was trading at $11,102.96, and if you sold on October 30th, 2019, you would have gotten 0.09006 Bitcoin. And sold at that price, you would have actually lost money. So your $1,000 would have now turned into $849.46, netting you a loss of $150.54. So now we're minus $150.54. So far you have put in $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, and your net totals for your 3 trades over the 10-year span has been almost $210 million. Plus $770 and minus $150. Of course, we're still in profit, and you may have given up right in 2014 when Bitcoin was at this price. So what's the total profit here? It is $209,902,951.03. Pretty good, right? But wait. What if you hodled? What if you hodled? So we're going to go through the hodl numbers. Hodled from March 1st, 2010 to March 1st, 2020. Okay, you guys can see here, I'm only picking the 10-year span, not picking even all-time high. What you would have had, what you would have had here, what you would have bought in March 2010 is 333,333.33 BTC, same as this number up here. And you would have sold on March 1st, 2020. And guys, here's the power of the hodl for a grand total of $2,842,386,638.24. So you thought $209 million was a lot of money? If you waited 6 more years and just hodled your BTC, you would have had in your pocket 2.8 billion American dollars. That's right, guys. And what does that represent? That actually represents a 13.5, so 13.5x increase than if you had bought and sold, and even taking into consideration that this was a big haul, almost $210 million, you still would have come out on top if you hodled Bitcoin through the 10 years. So it just goes to show you guys the power of the hodl. And guys, another tweet here from Rob Art in 2016. 10K bought you 3,333,333 XRP. In the year 2020, 10K buys you 52,631 XRP. By 2024, will 10K buy you 100 to 200 XRP? And what about 2028? 10K will possibly buy you only 10 to 20 XRP. Just remember, guys, the power of the hodl. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.